Hello, good afternoon. Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Already sir told to you first 30 minutes, first 100 members, remaining half an hour, remaining members. Who are unable to join in the first 30 minutes, they can join in second 30 minutes, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, good afternoon to everyone. Already we discussed about object-oriented programming. Roll number A7, roll number A7. Roll number A7.
Ma'am, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Who developed C++?
Ma'am,
Who developed C++? A7.
ma'am,
Hello. Roll number A7.
ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Who developed C++?
Sorry, ma'am, I forgot.
Are you attended last class or not?
Ma'am, no, ma'am, yesterday absent. Ma'am.
Yesterday there is no OOPS class. I'm asking about last class on 17th Monday.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No, why? Why you are not attending?
Ma'am, bandwidth problem, ma'am.
Next, roll number 16. Roll number 16, 1-6.
Ma'am.
16. What are different types of programming languages?
No, ma'am.
Yes, what are different types of programming languages?
C, C++, Python.
No. Not like that.
Ma'am, I can't hear, ma'am.
My voice is not audible to you.
No, ma'am. Your voice is very low to me, ma'am.
Check your settings. Okay. Yes, I'm recalling previous class topics. C++ is extension of C programming. So it is called superset of C. C++ developed by B. Jarnis Stroustrup in the 1983. There are different types of programming languages: monolithic programming, and procedural oriented, structure oriented, and object oriented. Okay, now we are discussing about object oriented programming. Okay, what is the difference between C and C++? C is a procedural oriented programming language, whereas C++ is a object oriented programming language. C does not support classes, whereas C++ supports classes and objects. C does not support inheritance. C++ supports inheritance concept. There are some similarities and dissimilarities between C and C++. Similarities like operators, keywords, functions, and dissimilarities, inheritance, classes, polymorphism are dissimilarities. C++ supports all the advanced concepts, but C does not support advanced concepts. It supports up to functions, structures only. Okay. Okay, now today we are discussing about features of C, C++. Is PPT is visible? Hello? PPT is visible or not?
No, not audible. Ma'am.
PPT is not visible. Visual experience.
Okay, sir. Again, I'm sharing, sir.
Yes, madam. It's
Hello,
visible.
it is visible, sir. Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So, evolution of C++, that is nothing but history of C++. Okay. C++ first initiated in the year 1979 by Stroustrup. He worked for his PhD thesis. He developed this language. C and one more language is Simula 67. Simula, that means it is used for simulation of programs. So Stroustrup developed C++ language using C and Simula 67. In 1983, he developed C++ language with some extra features than the C programming. In the 1983, it is known as the C with the classes. Next, in the year 1985, it is named as C++, officially named as C++. Initially, it is known as C with classes. Okay, then only it is officially named as C++. After that, there are several advanced topics are included in C++. In 1987, it got ISO standard. After that, there are several advanced topics are included, like standard template libraries, generic programming. All these are included in C++. Now we are using C++ 17, and one more thing is ready to release, that is C++ 20. It is not available in the academic year 2021 or 21-22. It is going to be released. Next, what are the important features of C? C++ primarily used to develop new competitive programming. It is very close to real world. So first we prefer C++ language to develop any software. Okay. Next, it supports STL, Standard Template Library. Standard Template Library gives some predefined operations for different operations, like bubble sort, merge sort. You know bubble sort and selection sort? Can anyone answer? Do you know what is bubble sort and what is selection sort? Hello? Roll number 69. Roll number 69. 69.
Madam.
Yes, do you know about bubble sort?
No, ma'am.
You can't learn in C. Can anyone know about bubble sort and selection sort? Which you studied in C programming language. The concept of arrays. Hello? Hello? Please respond, anyone? Seers,
Ma'am.
are you studied bubble sort or not?
No, ma'am.
Okay. In arrays, one concept is there, that is nothing but sorting techniques. There are number of sorting techniques. In the first year stage, means the first year stage, you have to learn bubble sort and selection sort. These sorting techniques are used to arrange the items in ascending or descending order. Okay. There are different techniques are available. One example, one sorting technique is bubble sort technique. In bubble sort technique, we want to perform sorting. We take the input as either ascending or descending order. Then only we can perform. We can take random numbers and perform some certain operations and sort the elements in either ascending or descending order. And one more sorting technique is selection sort technique. Selection sort technique also used to sort the elements. Each sorting technique has a different way to solve a problem. Different ways. They have different ways to solve a given problem. So STL provides direct functions to solve the problem. Each and every operation has a function that we can use directly the function and we have the answer. And operator overloading. Up to this stage, we know about operators just used for perform different operations. But in C++, operator overloading and function overloading means operator and function used other than their purpose. Operator used as a function name. That is called operator overloading. And next, multiple inheritance. Inheritance means generations from parent to child to another child, like that. That is nothing but inheritance. There are different types of inheritance techniques. All these C does not support inheritance concept. And next, polymorphism. Poly means many. A function can be used in many ways. That is nothing but polymorphism. And all these are different features of C++. Next. What are key concepts of C++? What are key concepts of C++? So first one, what is object-oriented programming? Object-oriented programming is a methodology. Who is roll number 39? Roll number 39. Roll number 39. Hello? Roll number 39. Roll number 39.
Ma'am.
What you are doing?
క్లాస్ వింటున్నాం మ్యామ్.
వింటున్నారా పడుకుంటున్నారా?
వింటున్నాం మ్యామ్ పడుకొని.
Call me after class, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Object-oriented programming is a methodology which associates with different advanced concepts and used for data structures to perform a set of operations. And next, what are key concepts? Key concepts means basic concepts. First one, objects, classes, data abstraction, data encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, dynamic binding, and message passing. These are basic key concepts of OOPS. That is nothing but object-oriented programming. Okay. Next, first one, object. What is object? In C, there is any object? No. C does not support objects. Only C++ supports objects concept. Okay. Object is the basic building block of object-oriented programming. Please stop annotations. Okay. Objects are instances of a class. Okay. Every object is associated with data and functions to perform certain operations. Okay. When a program is running or when a program is executing, objects interact with other by sending messages. It can send messages from one to another. Okay. For example, here I'm showing two diagrams. First one is the object. Object consists of different operations. Already told that object perform different operations. And attributes. Attributes means, for example, here I'm taken student object. Student object has following attributes like student name, student ID, branch, semester. Okay. These are attributes or data. Sometimes it is called as data. Okay. These are basic attributes. And next, these are operations: enroll, display information, result, performance. All these are called operations. An object can perform multiple operations. Okay. Next one, class. Class is a collection of objects. Class is collection of different objects. For example, we have one class. We have initiated one class. We can declare one or more objects. Class is just like a structure. Okay. In structure, we declare members. Yes, right? We can access structure members by using structure variable. Yes, right? Structure variable can access structure members by using operators. Yes. And a structure can contain one or more structure variables. Like that, a class contains one or more objects to access the class members. Okay. Can anyone tell me what is the use of structure variable? Hello. Roll number 39. Roll number 39. Roll number 39. Hello. Is whiteboard is visible? Hello.
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
How we can declare a structure? Structure name, members with some variable. Here, what is S? Hello. Banu. Banu. What is S here?
Hello, madam.
What is S here?
Structure name.
Structure?
Structure name, madam.
Structure name, yes. S is a structure name or structure variable.
Ma'am?
S is a structure name or structure variable name. Hello.
I think it's structure variable name, madam.
Structure variable name. How we can access structure members?
Numbers.
structure variable dot member name, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Like that. Okay, like that. We can declare a class using class keyword, class name with some members and functions. Class is a collection of attributes and also functions. In C++, class is a collection of members and functions, whereas in C, structure is a collection of members only. Okay. We can create class, class name, and object. Using object, we can access the class members and also functions. So in C, how many structure variables declared? How many structure variables declared in C? Please answer. CRs.
Ma'am, one, ma'am.
Only one. Only one. Remaining. Class similar to a structure. That's why I'm asking. We can declare one or more structure variables. Okay. Like that, in C++, a class has one or more objects. Okay. Good. Next one, encapsulation. Encapsulation is nothing but wrapping up of data and functions into a single unit. Wrapping means linking. Combination of data and functions is called encapsulation. Encapsulation provides security. Okay. Encapsulation provides security. This is the example for encapsulation. Okay. We taken a class named as student with some attributes and with some functions. Their attributes are nothing but data and functions. Encapsulation means wrapping up of data and functions, and a combination of attributes and functions is called encapsulation for providing security and removes unnecessary operations. Okay. Next one, abstraction. Abstraction, already I told you what is abstraction.
Ma'am, screen is not sharing, ma'am.
Not sharing now. Okay, I will show you. Pawan sir. Pawan sir.
Madam, చెప్పండి మేడం. Madam,
Yeah.
hello.
Are you taking attendance, sir? Means only 5 minutes more.
Yes, madam, completed.
Is it visible now? It is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Okay. Encapsulation associates with data and functions into a single unit from external interfaces. Next, this is the example for encapsulation. Class, we are taking class name as a student with some attributes, the name, ID, branch, semester, and some functions, enroll, display, result, performance. Okay. Next one, abstraction. What is abstraction? Already I told you. What is abstraction? So this meeting will end in within 10 minutes. If it is off, I then connect with same link. Okay. Data abstraction means it shows only necessary information and hides remaining information. Or for example, TV remote. We can increase or decrease volume or change one channel to another channel. Just pressing of a button. But we don't know what is the background work behind that. Please stop annotations. Means it shows only appropriate data and hides remaining information. For example, this one, it shows class name, just attributes and operations. It does not shows what are attributes, what are different operations. It does not shows anything. Okay. Next one, inheritance. Inheritance, which is useful for reusability. Inheritance means there are different generations from one generation to another generation. That is nothing but, I will show you next with this one. Point and line. Point is the parent class, line is the children class. So all parent class properties are inherent to line, and that is nothing but child class. This is called parent class or base class, pointing. Line is the child class or derived class. We can derive the properties from parent class, okay, but it is not impossible to derive child properties to parent. Only we can derive properties from parent class. Next one, polymorphism. Poly means many things, more than one form. Yes. For example, here we take in plus, okay. Plus can be used in different forms, 5 plus 9 or str plus ing, or in some different symbol. 1 plus symbol is used in different formats, is called polymorphism. Hello, please stop annotations. Who is this? Okay. Hello. Hello. Roll number 62. Roll number 62. What is object?
Ma'am,
What is object?
object.
What is object? Roll number A7. Roll number A7. Today you are too much disturbance. Okay, we will continue tomorrow. You can leave. Next batch will join.